This is the Brothers Johnson with The Devil. One of my favorite funk bands. And my CBT student Mary's as well. Mary, you definitely love funk because there's some bands that I haven't even heard of that you got me doing coming up for your next couple CBTs. I've heard of the Brothers Johnson for many decades. Love the bass style and everything. It's just the groove, all of it. And this is really, it's in standard tuning. It's about the pocket, the groove, the percussion of it. I wish I could find my auto wah pedal. It's not technically an auto wah, it's got a different name, but it gets this really funky sound. I searched for about a half hour, I cannot find it. It would be great for this. So you're just gonna hear the straight guitar sound. So we got 6, 8 on the G and B, and just, you know, you got to think of the groove. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, and that's kind of the measure. Strum, rest, and then strum, slide to 7/9. It's just a half step slide. See, that's going to go for a while. There's also multiple guitars. I'm giving you the main ones, I think. You repeat it. And then in the background you'll hear this 6th fret on the low E. I'm going up, down, up. I'm keeping it alternate picked. 7A, 8D, 7A, 7A. So it ends up going. And you're going to jump right back to that groove though. 2 more times of that. So, and at 19 seconds in, this is a part that's interchanged. It's got an A section and a B section. Back and forth it goes. And oops. Wait, where's the end of the second one? 12-14. It was like. So let me break these down. What he's doing is using octaves. Your upstrokes when you play this are going to be important too. Try to put like a pop on it, almost like slap bass, you know, when you got that. If you can get that snap, which I'm creating that with, you know, just pretending I'm playing a bass with the finger under the string and popping it. You can kind of do that with the pick. Alright, so, and you would utilize that typically on an upstroke. So it's 3E, 5D. And then you're going to hit the 3E, slide it to 5. Just move it up a whole step and repeat it. So it's 7D, take the 5, slide to 7. There's your octave, 9th fret on the D string. Okay, so here I'm putting a little pop on that up. And the slide's quick. And then from there, I'm going 7, slide to 10 on the E, and hitting the 12D. And then, and whammy bar vibratos that. I don't have a, actually I do, but you can do that natural if you don't have a whammy bar. Just by doing that. Or you don't have to vibrato that at all. Really, groove. Think groove. But the W with the line is your whammy bar vibrato. Go right back to that groove at the intro. And here's where the B one comes in. It starts the same way. When you get to 7-9, you're going to now hit that, slide to 10-12. The first one ended on 10-12. So the second one would be go up to 10 on the E, hit the 12, then hit the root and the octave. So 10E, muted A, 12D, slide to 12-14. So you're just sliding it up, strumming it and sliding it a whole step. That's the B one, and is a back and forth thing happening with that. So you're back to the groove again, and then you're doing the first one. That gets you through that section. 28 seconds in, we have section 1B, and this is my type of just groove. I love it. It'll go. So there's a few things that he alters on this little minor things. For the most part, he's keeping that as the home base glue. So I would learn to play this groove. Open E, 2nd fret D. He may even be using a finger. It kind of sounds like he is, but I'll leave that to you if you want to pluck that or do an upstroke and try to get that pop sound. 2nd fret D twice. So we have, and then 5A, pull off to 4. We're going to want to use our middle finger, obviously, so we're pulling to a lower note. So, and then E and B string, I like to upstroke that. Be careful you don't hit the G with it though, that'll turn it into a minor. And then 2A, hammer 4. And you can pluck that or upstroke. So, 2nd fret twice on the D. And then the 5, pull 4 on the A again. But, watch the difference this time. There's some string mutes. Just cover your fret handle with the strings, do a down on the D, and an up on the E and B. I mean, if it hits a different string, that's fine. It's just a mute, which is common in this. And then open 2, G and B, to a 2D, and I'm going to go down, up, and then hit another 2 on that D. Staccato though. Then you repeat from the star. So really cool groove. Let me do that one more time for you. I'll slow it down a little. Oops. So it does that 4 times, 2nd time start from the star. Okay? From the star. Hold on a second. Okay. Top of page 3 takes us to section 1C, 53 seconds in. Just grooves. This time it's using what's called double stops. 14th fret G and B. With this, Mary, I'd go 3rd finger barred, and I would also drop the middle and the index behind it. Because what he's doing is, and I know from teaching my private students, this is tough if you haven't done it. You need to hit the G and B, bend both the strings. The problem is, the B string for a lot of people tends to want to come out from underneath, and then you only hear one string. So my advice is, when you play it, mentally just picture I'm pushing into the wood of the neck and up at the same time. Keep that pressure coming this way. Then you should hear 2 notes. And you use these fingers to help support this one, strengthen it, and it just gives it a better solid feel. And then 12 GB to 14, pull off to 12. So, and then 14D by itself. So they're all double stops except that last note. And then E7 sharp 9, or the Hendrix chord, 7A, 6D, 7G, 8B, and just go down, up. Let me play it so you can hear it in context. Okay, you'll hear it at the end, but there's 2 guitars going on in there. That's 8 times. Section 1D, a minute 20 in. There'll be open hammer 2 on the G, vibrato, and it happens really quick. And then pull open, and then 2D. So, and then open on the low E. Do alternate picking on this. Open, open, and then you'll start your octaves that we did earlier. Okay, and then 7, 9 will slide to 10, 12. So that would be then this again. So the same start with the ending on 12, 14. So you'll have on, let's do that again. Slow that down. And then the 10-12 slide to 12-14. So really cool. 4 times of all that. That takes you to 1:45 in the song, section 2A. And this is probably the most common funk chord you will ever come across. You probably already know it. It's an E9. It looks like the E7 sharp 9, but it's 7A, middle finger, 6D index, third finger, bar the 7th fret on the G, B, and E. Should sound like this. You're gonna go down, up. Ooh, I gotta check tuning. And then you're gonna hit some octaves. Which would be 2A, muted D, 4G. So it's the B root with the B octave, and then 5/7. And then right back to the E9. Let's do all that. Okay, and then I'm going to do it again. Octaves change, G to A. 3 mute 5, top 3 strings, and 5/7. So, here's your second one. Ending on the E9. Sometimes a lot of players will take the root off of that, you know, and just go. Anyways, it's hard to tell if that E note's in there, but we're putting it in there. That's it for section 2A. That goes 3 times total. And then section 2B, 225 in, it's these double stops again. 14 G and B, but this time it's even tougher because you have to bend up and release it back, and you have to audibly hear all that. So it goes to 12 GB. It'll go, and then 12 GB to 14 D. So make sure you hear 2 notes. I can still hear 2 of them, and when you come down you should still hear 2 of them. It does it 3 times. There are lots of little pocket grooves is what I like to call those. And then 14 D to 12 GB, and then repeat it with the 14 on the GB, and you'll go. There's your 12s, there's your 14s, go back to the 12s, and then 14 GB. So it's... And my advice on that is to use a shift with your finger. And this is used across multiple styles of music. It's smart because check it out. When I do the 14s, I'm going to flatten it. Rather than go and then lift it and reapply. All that stuff takes time, which will slow your groove. The feel will be loose. It won't be in a good way either. So you would have but that's that little fill that comes after the 3 of those, and then back to this, and then this. It just goes through the process of 14D, 12 GB, 14D, 14 GB twice. So you go. And that whole section 4 times. Alright? So, and that is once again section 2B coming in at 225. 3 of those. And then right back. 4 times of all that. And then at 304, it's section 2A, you just fade that to the end. But there is a filler guitar that I wanted to show you that, because for one, it was loud in the mix. 2, it just sounded cool. You may know it, you may not. 12G, half step bend. And then 14, pull 12 on the D, and go to 14A. You do that 8 times. So it's just a really cool run. So if you go to 250 in the song, you'll hear it come in, and it's 8 times. It's in there a bunch of times. If you wanted to integrate that in with the groove and you're playing along with the song, cool. But I wanted you to have it regardless. Like I said, there's 2 guitars in this, so you got the majority of these primary parts, I would say. All right, Mary, appreciate you. Keep bringing the funk, man. I love it. Take care.